people investing in ICO will get 60% on the top of the Bitcoin. I'll come to that slide once more. 1 second. More of ICO will come. Through this, basically this is on the nutshell that I am saying is that what is blockchain. I've gone 2009 is Bitcoin, 2014 Ethereum, which is improvement of the over Bitcoin. Now this is I've gone this. What I wanted to show you is this. Yeah, December 2017 is the pre-ICO. January is 2018 is the ICO. Alpha version will be 2018. Business development users and tokens of the owners will be locked in ISRO for 1 year. So credits have got some place in the media. The websites you can see which has given a good score and good spoken about the credits, their technological transformation they are bringing into the system. Now basically the credits is that 1 Ethereum is 5,000 credits. That this is the base point of these credits token. Now pre-ICO will get about 30%, who would have been investing in pre-ICO will be getting 30% bonus, an additional bonus of 20% if they were 50 ethers, 100 ethers, or 1,000 ethers, 40%. So whosoever will be investing more than 1,000 ethers will be getting 30% as the pre-ICO bonus and 40% extra. That is 70% that and the investor will be getting a return. Okay. So the ICO, this is for that was pre-ICO. This is for the ICO bonus. You see, these are the tags for the ICO bonus that they will get after from January onwards. So basically, the ICO would be happening in Mumbai, and if anybody is interested, be in touch with the credits team and they will be happy to help you out there. Thank you.
If anybody has any questions?
Looking to entertain and work with banks. What is the primary difference between credits and Ripple? Because Ripple is already doing what credits is targeting, except for the 1 million network transaction volume.
Yeah, basically, you see, yeah, that's a good question. You're correct, but you see, credits having their own platform, own system operation. They'll have their own ecosystem. Ripple will be having their own ecosystem. So integration of these two, how it will happen, the value exchange of these two is yet to be seen. So that we will come to know on the month of Jan when it actually releases into the stock exchange, in the exchange market. As of now, it's in the development chain. The MVP has been done. The investments are coming up. The software is getting developed. And once it gets into the exchange, then we'll be able to know how it is going to perform against Ripple or not. But obviously, the transaction speed and the volume of transaction is something which needs to be very seen in the credits platform.
But are you targeting the same customers and the same goals?
Well, the customer base is the same because see, basically it's not only the financial domain, it is not only the exchange. The thing is that the blockchain technology can be used in the so many other, say, land registry or in insurance sector or in the say shipment sector. So this is a technology background, right? So the credits was also doing the projects for all these technology backgrounds. Based on that, that is the main focus, and this trading and all, it's also another part of it. There's two parts of it. So that is the project part, and this is the, and there you see the volatility in the stock exchange will also depend on the kinds of project, the number of projects that any company would be having. So that is in part apart from the trading that would be happening in the with the credits.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
So what is the fundamental difference or what is the competitive advantage of credits against any other blockchain which is presently existing? Because maybe of the volumes would not be like if I say 3 million or at 5 million, because it's speculative right now. So based on the technology front, what's the competitive advantage of the credits as of now?
As I have told you, basically this competitive advantage with the speed of transaction, the cost of the transaction, and the volume of bandwidth of the transaction. As I have shown you in that slide, it is having the Bitcoin is having 7. Let's come to that slide.
Bitcoin had come up with Bitcoin Cash as well, or even Ethereum is already working on speed and so.
Yeah, exactly.
Would it be the sole factor for investment?
Yeah, see basically what will happen is that if somebody is having a faster transaction, obviously will win over, because the profit, the business, they need the speed of the transaction. So speed of the transaction, the volume, the technology advantage is much superior than credit. So that will definitely be a factor. So now why you are doing all this thing? Because all this bitcoins and all, because it is eliminating the middleman, it's eliminating and the speed of the transaction. So if your speed of the transaction increases and it's many folds, so obviously it will be a cutting edge technology, and the business will be interested to trade in credits.
My name is Govind.
Hi Gauri.
I want to ask, you showed us a slide where you were comparing credits with Bitcoin and Ethereum, basically the journey. So I want to understand what's the motivation behind building the system like credits. So as people know, like Ethereum is like a great platform. So you talked about some competitive advantages, but what is the underlying reason behind building such a great system and platform? So what are the problems that you see in the current system, be it in terms of bandwidth and other challenges, and how do you see credits as a single company will be able to handle all those things while maintaining security?
See, basically, what credits have taken is that the development team have studied intensively the current system of operation of bitcoins or Ethereum and all. So based on that, you see now Ethereum is having around, you see the network transaction of Ethereum is the speed is 25, right? That's 5 minutes, whereas it is 1 to 3 seconds. So you can understand, and the volume of data is 1 to 3 seconds is 1 million data. So you can understand the difference between Ethereum and the credits. And based on that, so if you go to the technology, how it is built up, it is robust, and the logic of the flow of transaction, the flow of the logical flow within the data is different in credits than the others, than the Ethereum and all. So that is the differential technology that credits is offering. Like when the Java came, it is an open system. So how the Java became very popular, because it's an open system. So that's how the technology improvements happen, and that is how the people go into the market and sell their product. Obviously, any company who wants to would implement a technology that is superior and most secure than the others.
Question is that do you have any use cases under in development to demonstrate what you're talking about in terms of advantage and whatnot of this?
Yeah, we do have, and you give me your contact, we will be in touch and we'll send you the use case that we are having it. Okay, we are having a use case which has already been done and developed in Singapore and tested. So we can share the more details on that with you.
Because one part is you are selling whatever
Right.
ICU.
Right.
That's not the purpose of the company.
Right.
The purpose is to develop something which can be used.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. See, as I have told you, is registered with the Ministry of Finance in Singapore. So there is a lot of there are banks which have which are doing this use cases with credits, but it's in the development stage, and I can share the details of that credits, whatever it's doing, to you also.
Hi, my name is Ashish. You didn't quite touch upon the security aspects at all.
Yeah.
Is credits any better in terms of security when you compare it with Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Right.
So things like 51 attack, double spending and that kind of stuff is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Ashish, you are quite correct, because the security is the main thing out here, right? And see, I'm not from the development, so I won't be able to tell you the details of the security. So I have given you the slides on that slide where the security concerns, security, the encryptions and all these things have been written. If you want more details of the security, I can give it to you, but I will not be having. I do not have that, the more technical background of how secure is happening, how the transaction is flowing, how the details of the security I am not having with me, but I can share it to you. The more details that you want, what are the secure layers that the credits are doing, how the encryptions is taking place. We can share the more details with you.
So let's say for more technical questions, who can we contact?
Yeah, I'll give you the contact details of.
Maybe you can put them up right now. Any other questions?
Hello everyone,
Hi.
my name is Denis. Thank you for your speech. And my question is, you didn't mention in your comparison about the Litecoin and the Lightning that was tested this year, and they have been developing and implementing Lightning for about 2 years. And the transaction speed at the moment was proved in less than a second. And I wonder how much time will you need and how much people will you need to accumulate to the big network to provide such a community and a transaction speed and confirmation. Thank you.
Okay. So basically, you're correct. The Litecoin, see the presentation in that. I don't have that the comparison here. I will take it forward to my team back end, because that's a valid thing that I'm not seeing their comparison here. So I'll take that feedback back.
Any other questions?
So you may go to credits.com. There the total details of the company, the contact details, everything is mentioned out there. Their headquarters is based in Singapore and have development centers in Singapore and Russia, 2 offices in Russia. So you can go to that and get your more details about the company. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Debasis. Next, we are going to disperse for tea. Tea is being served on the 2nd floor. Just outside, there will be escalators, 2nd floor. And after that, we'll have a session with Gaurav Dubey.
So there are multiple things like for me, it's not just smart things, but also like the person who is doing it. The target is all it's just numbers.
technology is quite divorced from the actual technology. I'm more familiar.